Poor Filipino boy sings Hotel California on AGT. Judges cry, hit golden buzzer. Or emotional audition. 12-year-old Liam Cruz had always believed that music could build bridges, even for someone who felt invisible. Growing up in a tiny coastal town in the Philippines, he spent most days helping his mother sell grilled corn on the street, watching tourists pass by with headphones on and hurry through life. But every night, after the world finally quieted, Liam would climb onto the roof of their small wooden home and sing under the stars. It was his secret escape, a place where his voice had space to dream bigger than his circumstances allowed. His father, a fisherman, had always encouraged him, saying, "Anak, your voice can take you further than any boat I've sailed." But when his father passed away during a storm 2 years earlier, Liam's world shrank. The music didn't stop, but it softened, until one day fate struck in the most unexpected way. A tourist couple from California heard Liam singing Hotel California while he swept the street outside a cafe. The melody floated through the air, soft, soulful, and impossibly mature for a boy his age. They stopped walking. They listened. And then the woman whispered, "He sounds like he's lived 1,000 lives." When they discovered his dream was to audition for America's Got Talent, they did something Liam never saw coming. They offered to sponsor his trip. At first, his mother refused. "We don't accept charity," she said gently, but the couple insisted.
"This isn't charity," the man replied. "This is talent the world deserves to hear."
And so, weeks later, Liam found himself backstage at AGT, clutching an old, slightly cracked guitar, the last gift from his father. The studio lights, cameras, and roaring audience felt like another universe. He had never seen so many people gathered in one place, let alone all looking toward the same stage he was about to walk on. But what scared him most wasn't the crowd. It was disappointing the people who believed in him for the first time in his life. When his name was called, Liam stepped onto the stage with trembling hands. Simon Cowell raised an eyebrow. "Hello, young man. What's your name?" Liam swallowed hard. "My name is Liam Cruz, and I'll be singing Hotel California. It was my father's favorite." His voice cracked. The audience softened instantly. The first guitar strum was shaky, but when Liam began to sing, everything changed. His voice was haunting and golden, carrying a mixture of childhood innocence and unexpected depth. The judges leaned forward. The audience went silent. It wasn't just a performance. It was a story, a grief, a dream poured into every note. Halfway through, something incredible happened. As Liam hit the chorus, he closed his eyes, imagining the same stars he used to sing under at home, imagining his father smiling at him, and suddenly his voice grew stronger, richer, soaring with emotion that felt bigger than the room itself. People in the audience wiped tears. Heidi covered her mouth. Sophia whispered to Howie, "He's giving me goosebumps." But the turning point came when Liam reached the final lines. Instead of singing them softly, he let his voice break open, raw, powerful, filled with every emotion he had carried alone for years. When the last note hung in the air, the judges didn't speak. They couldn't. Then Simon stood up, slowly, deliberately. His eyes were glassy, his expression unguarded. "Liam," he said, voice thick, "I've heard thousands of performers, but I have never heard a version of this song with this much soul. You reminded all of us here why music matters." The audience erupted. Liam looked confused, overwhelmed, hopeful, but still unsure. And then Simon reached forward and hit the golden buzzer. Gold confetti exploded from the ceiling. Liam gasped, unable to breathe, unable to believe what was happening. He dropped to his knees, clutching his guitar, tears pouring down his face. The tourist couple who had brought him to America cried too. His mother, watching from the wings, covered her face with both hands. For the first time, Liam felt seen, not as a poor boy from a fishing village, but as someone with a gift powerful enough to touch millions. Simon walked onto the stage and placed a hand on Liam's shoulder. "Your father would be so proud," he said softly. Liam broke into sobs. The audience rose for a standing ovation that lasted longer than any of the season. People felt connected, not just to the music, but to the courage of a boy who had overcome loss, poverty, and fear to share his voice with the world. When Liam finally stood up, wiping tears with the back of his sleeve, he wasn't the same boy who had stepped onto the stage minutes earlier. Something inside him had shifted. He felt taller, braver, more whole, and the world, too, felt a little kinder. The story of Liam's audition spread across the globe within hours. People from around the world sent messages, donations, and letters of encouragement. Not because he was poor, but because he reminded them of something easy to forget, that greatness can rise from the most unexpected places, and that compassion can change the course of a life. And Liam, he kept singing, not for fame, not for glory, but because his father once told him that a voice full of heart could reach even the farthest shores. In the end, his story wasn't just about a boy who won a golden buzzer. It was about the power of kindness, the magic of believing in someone, and the beauty of a world where one act of generosity can lift a dream all the way to the stars.